It's time for war. Hello, Gentiles. This is Warzone episode 15. Let's get started from Monday Night Raw. The guest host for Monday Night Raw was Wayne Brady. He hosted pretty good. I give him a 3 out of 10. Next, okay, the match. First match, Batista versus Daniel Bryan. Surprisingly, Daniel Bryan held his own in this match, even though he was, 0-9 at that time? Batista ends up winning. We give him a 5 out of 10. Okay, next match. Ted DiBiase versus John Morrison. This match was pretty good. Morrison ends up winning. We give it a 4 out of 10. Next match, John Cena versus Wade Barrett. Cena ends up winning this match, the Beat the Clock challenge, and he gets to choose the match that they'll have it over the limit, which nobody knows what he's gonna pick yet. Cena won that match. We give it a 3 out of 10. Next match, Maurice versus Nikki Bella. This is a pretty good match. Maurice ends up winning. I give it a 2 out of 10. Next match, Zack Ryder versus Mark Henry. This is a pretty good match. Mark Henry ends up winning. I give it a 3 out of 10. Last match on Raw, William Regal and Vladimir Kozlov versus Hart Dynasty. This is a pretty good match. Hart Dynasty ends up winning. We give it a 3 out of 10. Raw totally, we give it a 3 out of 10. Next, for NXT, the challenge was the obstacle course, where they had the go across monkey bars, then climb a rope and ring the bell, then go drink a cup of soda, and then come back down, juggle, and then push this big thing across the finish line. It was pretty good. Justin Gabriel ended up winning that. I give it a 4 out of 10. Daniel Bryan. Okay, next match. Okay, the first match on NXT. Daniel Bryan versus Michael Tarver. This was a pretty good match. Michael Tarver ends up winning, and winning his first match also. We'll give it a 3 out of 10. Next match, David Otunga versus R-Truth. Obviously, everybody knew this, including me. I knew that R-Truth was going to win. I knew they weren't going to give the win to David Otunga. I mean, I just knew it. He was not going to win that match. R-Truth ends up winning, like I said. I give it a 3 out of 10. NXT totally, 3 out of 10. SmackDown. MVP versus Luke Gallows. MVP ends up winning while Rey Mysterio helps him by distracting CM Punk, and MVP ends up winning. I'd give that match a 3 out of 10. Next match, Kelly and Tiffany versus Lay Cool. Lay Cool ends up winning. We give that match a 2 out of 10. It wasn't that good of a match. Next match, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the #1 contendership to go on in the tournament, the Intercontinental title, next week. Kofi ends up winning. He moves on. We give that match a 4 out of 10. Next match, the second tournament match that will meet Kofi for the Intercontinental title next week. Christian versus Cody Rhodes. Christian ends up winning. I gave that match a 4 out of 10. And it was a pretty good match. Pretty back and forth, and Christian ends up winning. Okay, last match on Raw, on SmackDown. Jack Swagger versus Kane. I really wasn't paying attention to what happened at the end of that match, But overall, that match was pretty good. I liked about how after Big Show came in there and distracted, or he put him through the table first. No, that was Kane that put him through the table. He distracted Jack Swagger, so Kane would come and put him through the table. And that was pretty cool. I like that. I think Big Show's turning face. Just my opinion. Okay, SmackDown totally, we give it a 3 out of 10. Oh yeah, that match between Swagger and Batista, Swagger and Kane, give that a 4. Okay, SmackDown totally, 3 out of 10. Okay, next are the SmackDown, or the Superstar of the Week. Superstar of Monday Night Raw is John Cena. Superstar of NXT is Justin Gabriel. And the Superstar of SmackDown is Christian. And the Superstar of the Week is... Yeah, the Superstar of the Week this week is John Cena. Even though he got attacked by Sheamus after his match on Raw, when he was about to announce what match was going to be at Over the Limit, I still, overall, I think Cena was the best superstar in wrestling this week. Okay, next for Show of the Week. No, Match of the Week. The Match of the Week came from Monday Night Raw. Was Batista versus Daniel Bryan. This match was pretty much awesome. This match is probably what is going to keep Daniel Bryan on NXT this Tuesday. Because him having that good of a match against Batista, I don't think anybody else in the NXT roster could have that good of a match against that good of a superstar. I know Heath Slater's beaten Chris Jericho, but I know, I'm sorry to say this, but in my opinion, I think that Batista is a better superstar than Chris Jericho. So that's why I say that Daniel Bryan's probably going to keep him this week in NXT. I don't see him going. It'd probably be Michael Tarver or I don't know who else probably. But anyway, that was the Match of the Week. Next for the Diva of the Week. The Diva of the Week this week was pretty hard to pick because the matches weren't that good. But when it came down to it, the Diva of the Week is... Yeah, the Diva of the Week this week was Maryse. Even though the Divas matches this week weren't that good, but Raw had the best Divas match this week. So the Diva of the Week goes to Maryse. Next for the Show of the Week. The Show of the Week this week was very hard to pick. On my opinion, both shows had pretty good matches. The segments were pretty good. But when it came down to it, the Show of the Week is... Yeah, the Show of the Week this week was Monday Night Raw. They had the pretty best segments between the three shows. So we have to pick. We're going to pick Monday Night Raw as the Show of the Week. Okay, until next time, this is about it for Warzone Episode 15. Goodbye.